Hello, everyone, and welcome to SPED 501, Characteristics of Disabilities. Thank you for joining the course. I look forward to working with you this summer. I just briefly want to go over the assignments for the semester. Hopefully, the material will teach you a lot of things about the foundations of special education. I know a lot of students, this is your first course in the special education department, so hopefully what you learn will be useful to you as you continue in your studies. Or if you're in schools, I hope that you're able to apply this material and check it out, get some experience with some things that you're learning. Okay, first are the weekly assignment reflections. Each week you will have an assignment in which you will respond to the prompts that I give you. And I just want to state that what's important is that you demonstrate to me your understanding, that you look at the prompt and you go, what is he asking for? And that you take the material that I've given you in the readings or from the textbook to form your answers. Sometimes, that can be done in a paragraph. Sometimes it takes a couple. It's not how much you write. It's that you demonstrate your understanding to me. What I'd like you to do with those written assignments is that they're in Microsoft Word. So for each question that you have, type your responses underneath those questions or those prompts. And then you can upload it to D2L when you've completed that. There's also weekly discussion boards. I've tried to make those questions that I've posed, as useful as possible. One of the things that I want to say about those is these really are, the way I've written them, these are opinion. So if you want to use the readings to, make your statements about what you believe, that's fine. If you want to just give your opinion, that's fine as well. I just really wanted to promote discussion. So you need to do your initial posting by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. so that everybody has time to respond to two of their peers' postings by Monday at 11:59. And when you're doing the discussion boards, I also want to let you know, not to be picky right up front, but I don't let people turn those in late because it's interactive. So anyway, I hope that you find those questions useful and that you learn a lot from each other about the number of areas in special education that we will be discussing. I tried to limit it. There's only 4 discussion posts in this session. And I think those will go pretty quickly for you. There is also chapter quizzes, and let me talk about that. I'm not a big fan of quizzes, actually, but in this course, it's really helpful because you're learning about characteristics. You're learning about material that you need to think through. And so when you take quizzes, you're picking out the best answer. You're looking for the best response to what the question is, and that's something that's really helpful in a characteristics course. There are 50 questions per quiz, which sounds like a lot, but most of the students told me in the past that it takes about an hour. They're open book tests. I don't want to trick you. I just want you to learn from those quizzes. Now, another thing about the quizzes, they're all due by the end of the summer session, okay? So, like I said, there's quite a number of questions, and it might take you a little while, but it's open book, so I hope it won't be too long. But you can do the quizzes whenever you want to, okay? Just as long as they're all in by the end of the semester. So if you're having a tough week, with classes and you've got a lot more to do, I'm not looking to see when you turn those in. I just need them in by the end of the semester. There's one other assignment. It's called a review of the CEC Code of Ethics. On the syllabus, I have a link for it, and I also posted the Code of Ethics, on D2L. Underneath each category are the principles. They're kind of the principles of the code of ethics. So when you're looking at the ethics and the principles, I'm asking you for each one to give me 3 examples of how you could implement those practices in an educational setting. Some people bullet them. Some people write it sort of in a narrative form. It's up to you how you want to do it. If you bullet it, I just want to make sure I say again, I don't mean to be redundant, but you've got to be clear and give me a sense of knowing how you would implement it. So, for example, if it was a question about parents and you write down parent meetings, that's not good enough. You need to say something about it, like parent meetings that are organized around their concerns, and also to demonstrate for parents how the curriculum works for their children, something like that. So that bulleting is probably the easiest way to do it. The biggest issue when people do that, as I just said, is they don't say enough. So make sure that you say enough that I get some context as to how you will be implementing the strategies or the plans that you have for serving children by implementing and utilizing the code of ethics and those principles. Underneath that, you will take 2 principles or 2 of it's so weird. I mean, it's hard to say because it's the code of ethics and then it's the principles. So, okay. So there's 12 principles. You will take 2 of those and you'll write an action plan for how you will implement those 2 principles. Okay. I've made it really clear in the syllabus. I've given you examples of how to do it. So again, I'm not trying to trick you. The examples are there. I think it makes the assignment very clear. And that is a really important assignment for me, especially if you're just beginning, because you do need to know what the values are that undergird what we do in special education, what we see as important, how we formulate what it is that we do. And that's it. Those are the assignments. I've cut a lot of things down, trying to help you to get through the course in 6 weeks. It really is a short amount of time to do a whole course. The only time that there's a little bit of a crunch is to get your grades in on time. I believe it's on June 27th. Oh, by the way, I'm just starting on Mondays. So things are due on Mondays at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so it's like Monday to Monday. And I think it's June 27th. There's like a 2 or 3 day turnaround. It's like, let's see, 27, 28, 29. I think it's the 30th on Thursday at noon. I need you to respond and upload those 3 chapters. But for a lot of the chapters, there's sometimes 6 or 7 prompts. But for those chapters, because it's a short amount of time, I've only asked you 1 question for each chapter. So it should be easy for you to accomplish that in a short amount of time. Over the course of this 6 weeks, if you have questions, I want you to feel free to reach out to me. You have my email on the syllabus, and you have my phone number. I would appreciate it if you text me first, and then I'll call you back if that's necessary. Generally, the way I like people to use text is in 2 ways. One is if I haven't gotten back to you on email in a timely manner. I do miss emails sometimes. And if you have waited like 24 hours to hear from me, by all means, text me. And the other one is sometimes, you just have a question. Let's say you're working on an assignment and it's due in a couple of days and you really need a quick response to something. I don't mind at all if you text me about that as well. Okay, so I'm looking forward to a good summer. Again, 6 weeks, but I'll try to help you get through that. And I hope that you enjoy the course. And again, reach out to me if there's anything I can do for you to help you be successful this summer. Thanks.